What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Stock Holiday, right back at you again with the latest and the greatest in these cryptocurrency markets. Do me a quick favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Now let's go. Bitcoin is trickling down. Bitcoin is crashing down. They lied to us. I'm reading the comments. People are all caught up in their feelings. Emotions are all over the place, and rightfully so. I'm hearing people say, oh, they lied to us. They told us this was going to happen. The president is the reason for Bitcoin debacle. What is going on? Why is Bitcoin beat down so low? Bitcoin is currently sitting at $67,600. People are shocked. People are surprised. People are very upset. But we're going to talk about some of the things that we should have been expecting. We're going to talk about the 4-year cycle. The 4-year Bitcoin cycle is what we really need to discuss. So currently right now, Bitcoin is beat down. Bitcoin is down 8% on the day. That is huge for Bitcoin to be down 8%. Whenever you see Bitcoin down 8%, seatbelts are required, helmets are required because things are coming down at a fast pace. The Bitcoin dominance is still holding strong. 58.48%. What is the fear and greed index doing? The fear and greed index is fearing. We're at 11 right now for the fear and greed index. I believe the lowest I ever saw the fear and greed index was 10. And that was maybe 3-4 months ago, something like that. Take a look at Old Man Ether. What is Old Man Ether doing? Old Man Ether is running for his life. $1,945 for Old Man Ether. A few weeks ago, we were talking about Ether staying above 3,000. Now, he would not even be able to stay above $2,000. $1,945 for Ethereum. Well, that is not a shock. That is not a surprise, especially when you were looking at a Bitcoin for $67,600. The Ethereum dominance is right back down, 10.28%. Probably will dip below 10% and get back into 9 percentile range dominance for Ethereum. So there's a lot of moving parts right now. People are all over the place, not knowing what's going on. The uncertainty is continuing to loom around the cryptocurrency space. Fear, of course, is continuing to present itself through the cryptocurrency space. Solana have always been one of my go-to coins. When I see Solana drip, that is one of the ones that really magnifies what is going on in this cryptocurrency market right now. Solana dipped below $100, very shocking. Solana got to $90, very shocking. Solana currently today is sitting at $84. That right there is letting you know it's some real ish going on right now. It is going down like the boy Selly Sales said. So XRP right now, $1.25. Things are going down at a fast pace. I'm talking about down 16%. $1.25, almost under $1 for XRP. What is going on? What type of explanation can you make for what we are witnessing in real time? This is what we're witnessing in real time. Sometimes we can look at the charts and we can go back to March 2020 and we can say, oh man, that happened. Some of us was there. Some of us may not have been there during March 2020, but we can look at the charts and be like, ooh, that was pretty rough. We are witnessing this right now in real time. 3 years from now, people are going to go back. They're going to look at February 2025. They're going to say, ooh, imagine how the people were feeling in February 2026, What are we doing? We're witnessing it right now in real time. This is history that we're witnessing. Whenever you see the cycle start to hit the bear market, that is when things get tense. That is when things get tight. But if you go back and look at all the previous cycles, look at all the previous bear markets, what were people doing? What were people wish they were doing? Buying. A lot of people are really caught up in their emotions because it is hard to buy in the red. They say, dang, coach, I was just buying in the red last week. That's what a bear market is. Things continue to decline. You don't know where the bottom is, but dollar cost averaging has always been one of the best movements that you can do. Let me go ahead and get this out the way. This is not financial advice. Anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell any crypto. This video is strictly for educational and entertainment purposes only. Before investing into anything, please consult with a professional financial advisor. So far, it has been confirmed for well over a month, for a couple of months, that we are in a bear market. But typically, when you get on the verge of the beginning of the bear market, Typically, sometimes you see some bounces, you see some relief rallies, so it's really not set in stone as far as this official bear market. But one of the things that we continue to do, we continue to see these charts tell us stuff. And based on what they're telling us, we'll sometimes question what the charts are saying. We'll sometimes question what history have been telling us. And then we'll try to be the smartest in the room. And what happens? We get wrecked. Typically, whenever the Bitcoin crossed below the 50-week MA, that right there is letting you know that you're in a doggone bear market, or you probably been in a bear market for weeks up on before that indicator was hit. November 2025, Bitcoin crossed below the 50-week. That right there let us know. But what did we try to do? Nah, it's probably going to bounce. Things probably going to be different. Where are we looking at right now? Where was the best time to sell? October 2025, 550 plus days after the Bitcoin halving. We have to try to stand on these principles that have been producing the same results time after time, cycle after cycle. Stop trying to get caught up. Stop trying to be the smartest in the room and overthink what is and has been set for cycles. So how does the bear market work? Always the year after the Bitcoin halving, you see Bitcoin hit an all-time high. After Bitcoin hit its all-time high, the year after that, you see the bear market. The bear market starts once the 50-week moving average get crossed. Then after that, you're going to see the 100-week moving average get broken below, and we've already seen that. Then after that, you're going to see the 200-week average get broken below. And then typically somewhere in that range, that's where you see the bottom. So what I'm doing, I'm going to stick with what the fundamentals have been telling us for cycle and cycle time after time again. So we've already broke through two levels. We broke through the 50-week MA. We broke through the 100-week moving average. Now the only thing left for us to do to kind of even think that we're near the bottom of this cycle, bottom of Bitcoin cycle, is to get below the 200-week moving average. Well, where's the 200-week moving average? Somewhere about $57,000, $58,000. Maybe it might go to 53. It might stop at 60. But it is going to be a process. It's not going to happen overnight. Just because we're at $67,000 right now, don't mean that it's going to instantly go down to those levels. You're talking about a process. Could be a 3, 4, 5 month process. You know, who knows when we will be out of the clear? Who knows how long this is going to last? Will it be a fast bear market? Did the bear market start early last year, 2025? Did it start middle of last year, 2025? Who knows exactly where it started, but you could take a look at the charts. Bitcoin did what it was supposed to do. It hit an all-time high in October 2025, but look at altcoins. Altcoins did not run on that same pace that Bitcoin ran, which is a little alarming, a little concerning. That's one of the things that is really, I'm really paying attention to as far as altcoins and my altcoin positions. Why did altcoins not run like they ran the previous cycles? I think there's a few things that could kind of explain that, as far as liquidity issues, as far as oversaturation with so many altcoins hitting the market. So there's a few things that can kind of explain why altcoins were so lackluster. Ethereum is the king of altcoins, so Ethereum displayed exactly what altcoins were doing. As far as Ethereum, barely able to cross above the all-time high from the previous cycle. That has never occurred. So this cycle, yeah, this cycle is quite different. But as far as Bitcoin, it is right on point. We're supposed to be in a bear market right now. Bitcoin is supposed to be in a bear market. Now, whatever the altcoins do up under Bitcoin is what they do. But Bitcoin is doing what it's supposed to be doing. Bitcoin is king, is what the market has been telling us since last year. Last year, we like, damn, how come when Bitcoin have good news, Bitcoin go up, our altcoins wasn't going up. But when Bitcoin was going down, our altcoins were going down. It was following when it was going down. But when Bitcoin will pump and go up, I'm looking at my altcoins saying, wake up. You see Bitcoin, man, altcoins was not moving like we were accustomed to them moving. Red flags after red flags continue to pop up with altcoins. So a few days ago, I talked about moving some things around, talked about making some adjustments. So, man, sometimes you have to do portfolio analysis. You have to look at them bum coins that's been sitting in your portfolio, make a decision. Did live last night. We talked about so many things. Talked about moving some stuff to USDC, holding it, waiting for the bottom, wherever the bottom is. You want to make sure. Well, me, I want to make sure I got dry powder ready for when the 200-week moving average is crossed. For when Bitcoin hits $55,000, I want to make sure I got some dry powder on the side. Whenever that is, maybe it's next month, maybe it's 3 months from now. Who knows? But I want to make sure that I'm ready and prepared for when the market do start to recover. This process is very tough, very emotional. We talked about last night. Make sure y'all click the notification bell so you can get notified when we go live. When we go live, the community always go together. We talk about a plethora of things, and a lot of valuable things always get discussed. Last night we went live. We talked about the 550 days before the Bitcoin halving, when we should be buying. The next Bitcoin halving is in 2028. That is right around the corner. When? February 2026. So where's 550 days before the next Bitcoin halving? We talked about that last night. That rings about November 2026. We're in February, so we still have months to go. That have always been one of the best indicators when to buy, have always been one of the best indicators when to sell. 550 days after the Bitcoin halving. What I'm doing this time, I'm standing on that. I'm going to stand on it. These are some of the indicators that we overlooked, we took for granted, but these are continuing to be relevant. They're continuing to prove truth. Waiting for Bitcoin hit that 50-week moving average. It crossed below that, I'm out. It's official. And then I'm gonna kick back, have some dry powder on the side, wait till it cross below the 100-week, wait till it cross below the 200-week. That's gonna be the flat line for me. That's when I'm going to say, okay, let me go ahead and start preparing to make some moves, identifying which plays I want to be in, X, Y, Z. So this is a strategic tactic that you have to really be prepared to execute. As the CEO of your own portfolio, you have to be ready to do this. You can't rely on anybody else to do this for you. You're the CEO. You signed up for this. So always best to be prepared. Like my boy E40 said, I'd rather be caught with than without. I want to be caught with the plan than without a plan when things start moving, when things start getting all out of whack, panic all over the place. Bitcoin $67,000, dipped below $69,000, which was the previous all-time high from the previous cycle in 2021. Dipped below 69K. That's when you know, oh, it's a wrap. It is official. But the charts and the indicators have already told us when it was a wrap. When Bitcoin crossed below that 50-week EMA, cut it all out, stop all the talks, start preparing for the next moves, taking profits. So, like I say, all you got to do is get it right once in cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, and you'll be okay. Don't think that because you missed it this time, you got it wrong this time, that you can't get it right the next time. Stick to the script. Follow some of the things that we learned over the past year, the past couple of years, this entire cycle. What did we learn? Pull out your chalkboard. Write some notes. Where's your vision board? State some things. What are your important bullet points? You want to make sure that you get this doggone thing right. If it takes us 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, all you got to do is get it right one time. So come on over there. Join us in the Patreon. We would love to see you over there. We have a great and awesome cryptocurrency community. But like I say, I just continue to come to you guys every day just to continue to give you that good encouragement. Coming to you guys every day to give you that good motivation. And that's all I got for you on this one. It's your boy, Stock Holiday, and I'm out.